Thank you for logging on to this broadcast of high school sports on WellsCountyVoice.com. Be sure to thank the sponsors you hear throughout the game and use their products and services, because without their support, this broadcast wouldn't be possible. This is the 10th year that WellsCountyVoice.com has been bringing you the finest in high school sports coverage, and we thank you for your continued support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
WellsCountyVoice.com, the Voice Sports Network. And we make our return for the first time this year to Southern Wells. Carnes Field's the site of our broadcast tonight on the Wells County Game of the Week. And obviously, when you get two of the three county schools together, we join the party. And it's Bluffton and Southern Wells. Both these squads checking in at 1-4. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jeff Crasium. Carrie's on the roof, bringing you video of tonight's contest across the way. Mason is hanging out with my parents on the Bluffton sideline, so it's just going to be me at the broadcast position tonight. As we have mentioned, both these squads at 1-4. Technically, Bluffton is 3-2. Had to forfeit the first two games of the season due to an ineligible player use. Southern Wells at 1-4. Brent Kuckel 8-8 in his second year at Bluffton. Greg Mose 1-4 in his first year at Southern Wells. The last time out, Bluffton had a track meet at Fred F. Park Field against Jay County, in which the defense was non-existent for both squads, and it turned into a 63-62 Bluffton win. Southern Wells got the unfortunate draw of having to go to Woodland and face the Warriors, and lost 49-0. Opponents' records: Bluffton's opponents are 15-10, Southern Wells 13-12. Series over the last 30 years, a slight lead for Southern Wells at 16-15. Last year at Park Field, 52-6, Bluffton with the win. The John Harrell Power Predictor has Bluffton as a 38-24 favorite. Bluffton opened with those two victories we mentioned: 40-12 over Northfield, 36-21 over Manchester. Lost 21-3 to South Adams and 49-21 to Woodland. And last week, 63-62 victory over Jay County in a game that still might be being played. Next week, they will host Heritage. Southern Wells also at 1-4. They open with a 42-0 victory over Fremont. Lost to Blackwood 28-14. Lost to Jay County 51-19. Monroe Central 26-0 and Woodland 49-0. Offensively, they average 15 points per game. Defensively, give up 30.8. Both squads going to hold the flag here. It's Military Appreciation Night. We'll get that cleared off, so you can see the presentation of the colors, as it's Military Appreciation Night here at Southern Wells, along with mini cheer night, youth and junior high football night. Lots of events going on here at Carnes Field. The Raiders wearing the special National Guard uniforms tonight, as you can see, as we wind towards the presentation of the colors, which you are seeing from, there we go. And we'll try to pick up the national anthem with the Nat Sound mic here on the Voice Sports Network. national anthem by the Raider Band as both squads are at midfield holding our nation's colors. Referees for tonight's contest. Austin Riggleman's the referee. Brian Neal's your umpire. Rick Tutwiler, the line judge. Ron Vandermotten's the head linesman. The back judge is John Mazzoni. We wait for the flag to get folded back up. Teams to return to their respective sidelines. We're about ready for game action on the Voice Sports Network. Don't look now, but we're in week 6. We are on the downward trend for this season. As we passed the halfway point last week, Bluffton right in the middle of a stretch for the Tigers where they feel they can do some damage. Southern Wells just looking for some respectability. Both these squads have come to midfield. So this Bluffton grad, who's called Southern Wells home for the last few years, finds himself situated right at the 50-yard line. We'll try my best not to have any bias along the way. We all want these kids to succeed. Southern Wells defers. So Bluffton will get the chance to strike first blood. Both the squad captains meet at midfield. Close county rivals. Short trip down for the Tigers. Both teams return to their respective sidelines. We're ready for game action. Week number 6, WellsCountyVoice.com. Your game of the week. Both teams getting their final instructions. Greg Mose, the head coach at Southern Wells in his first year. Brent Kunkel, couple-year head coach now for Bluffton. Bluffton traveled well tonight, nearly filling the far sidelines. Again, the world's youngest color commentators across the way sitting on the Bluffton side, sitting with my parents. How you doing, man? Good to see you, man. Southern Wells working right to left. They are wearing the camo jerseys tonight for Military Appreciation Night. Green tops, gray bottoms. Their normal Southern Wells helmets. Numerals black, trimmed in yellow. Neon green, I guess you would say. Bluffton in the road, white, black pants, black helmet, silver B on the side. And a street fair tradition dating back a long time. We'll have the Tigers. Is that one yours? No, this was mine. You're fine. You are fine. We're ready for game action here on the Voice Sports Network. WellsCountyVoice.com. Thanks for coming aboard. And we are underway. End over ender. Near side. Picked up by 20. Malcolm going to reverse field, flag down. It's going to come back. Pennington makes the stop, but there's going to be a flag on Bluffton that's going to bring this one back. More than likely an illegal block in the back. That's exactly what it is. So Bluffton's going to start deep in their own territory to start their first possession of this contest here on WellsCountyVoice.com. And this game tonight is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Kick off your weekend with some oven-hot pizza, 2 medium, 2 toppings for only $5.99. Nobody out Pizza Hut.
Hello, folks. Good evening. Steve Roberts, opening kickoff at the Bellmont High School where the Braves are taking on the Leo Lions at home. A little bit of a delay starting. Some traffic issues on the way from Angola. Nonetheless, we are live. Steve Roberts, again, alongside Nick Birchfield, running camera for me. Appreciate that, Nick. Tip of the cap to you. Going to get a graphic up here in just a few moments. Nonetheless, let's cover the starters on the field. for the Bellmont Braves. Again, the home team on the road. The home team taking on the Leo Lions, who are on the road. Number 12 is the quarterback. That's Jonathan Wilder, 6'4", $170. We saw him a little bit last year for the Belmont Braves. Under center, Wilder's going to drop back out into the flats. Nice one-handed catch there. That was Noah Macklin. He is a 6'4" senior and a great one-handed grab out in the flats. So as we are getting things started here, once again, thank you for joining me on the VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com. Going to switch over the old control panel, get things loaded in with names and stuff and scoreboard and things, brought to you by many great sponsors. Leo starts the ball out on defense. They opted to kick. Here's a handoff up the middle. Not a whole lot there. One of the running backs, number 8. That's Matthew Morris.
At PizzaHut.com or call 824-5710. Now, my longtime listeners here on The Voice do realize that out here at Southern Wells, we are at the mercy of a wireless internet signal. You're fine. You're fine. So hang with us if that does become an issue later on. It's not right now. Gavin King in the shotgun. Tigers with almost a modified wishbone in the backfield. They will hand it off to Everett Johnson. Higgins right side, gain of a yard, maybe 2, maybe even 3 after the spot. A favorable Bluffton spot. Second and 8. Johnson obviously been the workhorse as of late for Bluffton on the ground. He had another monster game for the Bluffton offense last week, who put up 63 points if you're just joining us. Let's bring up second down and 8. King is in the gun. He has dual receivers to the near, dual to the far. Play clock has been reset. And away we go. Johnson in the backfield, King in the gun.
Down 4. And receiver on the tackle.
Shot on third down is wide. That was intended for Aaron Lehrman, also another senior. So the Braves come out in pretty much a quick 3 and out. Aside from that phenomenal catch there by Noah Macklin on first down, they go a couple of empty shots. And back deep is going to be Peyton Square. That is Wall and McHale ready to return the punt off the foot. I believe that's number 4, Kobe Ortiz. Ortiz. He's looking to pass. Nope, he's going to rugby style. He does get a little end over end. And is taken by Wall. And a nice field position start for the Leo Lions. Led by number 15, A.J. Verstevo. I forgot his number for a second. Getting a text message. And I'm being told that there's Restivo, swing pass outside to Peyton Wall, Wall. A lot of room. Being told that YouTube is showing the Bluffton game on the Leo Bellmont game. Well, I am on the Leo and Bellmont slide. I am in Bellmont, so I know that's good. See if we can't get that fixed. Restivo, play action up the right side. Not a lot going. Restivo for 3 there. Pick up on the play. We have 10 minutes and a second left here in the first quarter of action. Restivo looks back. Got himself a receiver, and that is none other than Gavin James.
Restivo's pass complete to Gavin James. Nick Ellsworth with the tackle. James to the 15, good for a Leo first down.
Here's Restivo, handoff up the guts, goes to the right side. Here's Peyton Wall. And Wall got himself a pretty solid chunk of yards there. And that is a touchdown caught by Jaden Haney. Leo goes up on the board early, 6-0. I'm not sure if I'm even being broadcast right now, but that's a touchdown for the Leo Lions. Carson McCauley on to kick. The extra point for the Lions, up and good, and Leo on the board first here in Belmont. The Belmont Stadium? Who knows? I am also going to check out the voicesportsnetwork.com. Live now. If that's not right, then, well, that's just not right. So apparently we are having technical difficulties. This may not even be broadcast in the right slot. Okay, looks like we are officially back now, or on. In case you missed it, Leo scored on a Jaden Haney touchdown play. A pass after a solid drive by the Lions coming out. Here is a play action. And that was Jonathan Wilder, the quarterback. So Wilder comes out doing a lot of keeper, a lot of action type of things. And the defense for Leo trying to hold serve here. 2nd down and 7 yards to go. They run a motion to the right side. It's a keeper. Again, it's Wilder. And we have a pretty crucial 3rd down and 3 to go. 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Wilder is going to pitch it on the outside. Here is the 1st down attempt and completion. That was Matthew Morris. He's just 5'7", $170, a sophomore. But he took the option to the left side, got the 1st down yardage, and the Braves are moving on down the field. Braves come out in pretty much a bunch set. Wilder under center. Motion to the right here. So the ball is out, and Wilder had to fall on it very instinctively. Fell on the ball that time. On the defensive side for Leo, had a good stop there, but there is a Brave down on the field. And again, apologies to the Leo faithful who may be tuning in, or the Bellmont faithful for that matter, anybody who's watching the game. TheVoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com. Apparently you were seeing the Bluffton game. That has nothing to do with me and my laptop on location here. Talked to the powers that be. They apparently got that changed, so you should be seeing and hearing, well, seeing pictures and hearing my voice live here on the interwebs. And just a brief shout out while the Belmont Brave player is being attended. I can't get a number who that is. There's a kid's down there. It's unfortunate. Appears to be coming off on his under his own power, and that's number 9, Caden Freet. So he'll come out and get a breather. But a special shout out and thank you to the entire Livingston family. Rob stopped by, and I'm totally spacing Mrs. Livingston's name, but good friends of both of ours. I've been friends with them for a little while. We have children in the same grade. Nonetheless, they mentioned that the entire Livingston family across the county, state, country, globe, for that matter, tunes in and watches as Wilder goes up top in a battled-for ball. Both of them came down with it. That was Peyton Wall defending, but not before a phenomenal catch there. That's Noah Macklin. Kid's got hands like glue. Christy Livingston. Yeah, Robin Christie. Sorry about that. They'd stopped by. We were having dinner Saturday night, and they mentioned that it was a big treat to be able to watch the game when family can't get there or what have you. So definitely appreciate the patronage and tuning in. Rob, as many may know, is the receivers coach, I believe, receivers and defensive backs for the Leo Lions. And they do have a phenomenal core of receivers. He does a great job with them. Has Wilder on the keeper. Picked up about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. So after an opening drive for the Lions scored, we'll see if the Braves can come back and do a little damage themselves. get themselves on the board. And here's Wilder under center. It's a give up the gut. Short handoff. Not a lot there. So again, Noah Macklin, number 2. Matthew Morris, number 8. Number 9 is Caden Freet. We saw him. Jonathan Wilder, number 12, is the quarterback. Aaron Lehrman was one of the other receivers. They have Dakota Rodenbush, Craig Blackburn, Nate Ullman, and AJ Cable up front for the Belmont Braves. Wilder drops back. He has a man. Caught, and Leo failed to tackle, and he might be in for a touchdown. Oh, my land. 3 Lion defenders, and he is! He scored the touchdown. Oh, my Lanta. Wow. A quick slant on the outside, and Jonathan Wilder makes Leo pay for it. And I didn't catch the receiver. Did you catch the receiver number on that? That was Aaron Lehrman on the grab. So Lehrman, a quick slant. Wilder put the ball on the money. Literally 3 defenders around him. He gave him a little dipsy-do as a waist tackle. Went begging. And the extra point is good. But wow. Not exactly what Leo intended on the second drive from the Braves of the game. I don't, in fact, have any commercials loaded up because the late start, but we'll get to some of that here in a little bit. But the main sponsor of the VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com is the good old All-American Stores. Brought to you by Adam Dagger and Mrs. Dagger. And Grandma, of course. And All-American Stores, our customers matter. And they want you to feel that right when you walk in the store. So we go a step above just having good gas. Join the All-American Text Club. Text America to 46862 to experience free gas, deals on goodies, and even free drinks. See the All-American Stores difference for yourself at Fort Wayne, Hoagland, Monroeville, and Layado, Indiana. All-American Stores, your hometown team. So Leo gave up what should have been a pretty fairly easy stop and a nice play. Nonetheless, I mean, you think 3-on-1, you think, hey, we got this guy. Well, not so much. Aaron Lehrman, number 16, senior, 6'4", 190, had different ideas. And he took it to the house, getting the Braves on the board, as you see on the scoreboard, brought to you by All-American Stores. And a nice run up the gut and good field position yet again for the Lions. It's a little graphic there. The All-American scoreboard. And AJ Restivo, number 15, going to take it out of shotgun from the 45. He has Wortman to his right, trips left. Usually see a run out of this. It looks like an option to the right. Restivo's going to keep it. No, he pitches late to Wortman. Wortman threw a couple of arm tackles, and he scoots out across the 40 to the 39-yard line. And a big-time gain there for Alex Wortman. And speaking of Alex Wortman, he is joined by number 15, A.J. Restivo. Peyton Walls, number 5, Damian Gutekunst. Actually, I think I might be reading the defense. Nonetheless, G.T. Baker is also on the defense. But Gavin James line up near side, bottom of your screen. Peyton McHale in the slot. Here's Peyton Wall in the other slot. Here is the jet sweep to the left. Nice block and a chip. Wall has the edge. A couple guys to get past, and he is still trucking. Nice job that time. Blocking, the setup, the whole bit. We saw Peyton Wall go yard last week, I believe it was. And a big gainer that time, and Leo, inside of 2 plays, is in the red zone. So great job. Last couple of runs there by the Lions. Coach Jared Souter want to get back to business after giving up that touchdown. Not sure he was too happy about that. Restivo shotgun. It's a run-pass option. It is a give to Wortman. And Wortman down inside the 10-yard line. Leo can still get a first down at about the 4, just across the 4. So it's not an and goal situation yet, folks. Looking the whole way left side to the edge, and that is Peyton McHale. He is in. That's a touchdown, Lions. Restivo, just a quick dump out to the left in the flats, and it was nicely blocked on the left side as well, where the little chip block on the outside defender was able to spring McHale for free, and that is a touchdown for the Lions. We have 3:05 left in the first quarter of action here from Decatur, Indiana. I think that's where we're at. We're in Decatur, right? Yeah. Yeah, still? Okay. And the extra point by McCauley is good. So once again, Leo strikes. And that touchdown and the extra point was brought to you by Indiana Physical Therapy. Celebrating 30 years in business with 17 locations to best serve you. Choose Indiana Physical Therapy. You can call 260-209-2464 or go on the line at indianapt.com, your trusted choice for physical therapy in Northern Indiana. Give them a call, 209-2464. Again, 260-209-2464. Going to have a little game capsule here for you, possibly. Little nuggets, little Friday night nuggets, if you're into that. Who doesn't like Friday night nuggets? Come on. This is a conference game, folks, as most of you who follow either of these teams know. The Braves, well, I think they have had better seasons. Leo has definitely had better seasons as well, and Leo trying to get back to 500. Leo comes in at 2-3. Bellmont 0-5. That's 0-5 on the record. As McCauley kicks one deep, and that goes out of bounds, drawing the hanky. But yeah, Leo 2-3, Bellmont home team 0-5 here at Worthman Stadium in Decatur, Indiana, Bellmont High School. Leo coach Jared Souter in his 13th year at the helm is 103 wins and only 36 losses. And coming into his third year with the program at Bellmont is Coach Marty Ballard, 5-21. So Leo comes in as a fairly heavy favorite to this game. Last year, Leo took him down 42-0, and the series is tied at 2-2 over the last 30 years. In case you're curious. Here's Wilder. He's going to keep it, and it's a nice tackle that time by Gavin James. Only gained about 1. Oh, they're going to give him 2 or 3. Nonetheless, bring up second and about 7. Wilder out to the left, and very nice pass in the flats. And that was number 3. That was Colin Mills. 5'10", $165. He is a senior. So the senior class is fairly heavy here for the Bellmont Braves, and I'm sure they'd like to get nothing more than to get a win. Here at home on a nice, breezy, overcasty kind of night. Wilder play action keeper again. He is met in the middle. That was GT Baker and friends. GT and friends. That sounds like a show. Maybe not. But a big thank you to everyone who has tuned in. Currently tuning in, watching, or on YouTube. Looks like there's almost 30 people watching. All right. Big shout out to all y'all for tuning in. Bringing you this Leo High School football action. Leo on top currently 14-0, as you can see in the All-American scoreboard. They keep running that play, and that play bobbled that time. I'll pick up or fall on the ball. I think Bellmont got that back. That was another play action to Matthew Morris. There was a little trouble with the exchange. And as opposed to falling on the ball, which most defensive coaches tell you to do, just fall on it, fall on it, fall on it. Try to pick it up and go 6. But hey, that happens. He could have picked it up and ran it for a touchdown. Nonetheless, 40 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Probably going to be the last play. Looks like the receiver close to us is offsides. Doesn't get the play. And a nice penetration that time by Hepner. He escapes the sack. Wilder did a great job of staying on his feet. Hepner came in with some vengeance. It looks like Jaden Elwood and possibly Gavin Heber was also there. We got Hepner off the left side, got in there, up in his grill. Not a lot he could do. But we are going to be back after a brief silence and at the end now of the first quarter. Leo on top 14. Belmont, easy for me to say, Bellmont Braves 7. All right, folks, we are back. Thank you for joining me, whether you're watching live, the roughly 30 people, or 30 devices. Could be more people than that, right? Maybe you're all huddled around a little smartphone or something. Who knows? There's a rugby-style kick from Kobe Ortiz. That's going to take a little Tiger Woods back check. Goes out by the 24-yard line. Leo's going to take over, 1st and 10. So again, want to give a big thank you to Indiana Physical Therapy, All-American Stores, and of course, the multi-year, one of the diamond sponsors of sectional play a couple of years ago, Grable Insurance. In fact, last year as well, Grable Insurance in Leo, Indiana. They want to provide you with protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. Visit Ray Gage or Arnie Myers at their office in Pony Express Run in Leo to get the best coverage you can afford. It's Grable Insurance, folks. Here's Workman, right side, got some blockers ahead of him, still on his feet, trucking, and he goes down after a gain of about 7, maybe 8. Going to call it 8. And Leo is moving yet again. So after the punt that checked up, and a quick run from Wortman. Leo in business. Going to go with the bunch set. We usually see Elwood shift to his left, and he does. It's going to be a run to the right, typically. Oh, it's a run to the left right behind him. Kind of a high handoff there, but Restivo, the ball came out, and it get right back in the hands of Alex Wortman. So a lot was going on with that play. Restivo, standard handoff. It was taken high. I mean, if you're a running back and you have, either hand up, if you're running to the left, your right hand is up, your left hand is low, your forearms. Running to the right, it's opposite, but you want to have the quarterback shove it in your guts, right in the old belly button. And that one was up near the shoulder pad. So as Wortman was running by Restivo, it was kind of awkward. He was able to get the handoff and ran through the first level, and then the ball came out as he was going down, but he was able to fall on it. And Leo is back in business. Windy up here in Belmont. Be right back, folks. Nick Birchfield on camera for us tonight, and he's got the sunglasses on the head and caught a draft up here. Knocked him down 2 rows. So he's a nice guy and picked him up. He's running camera for me, so first timer, bear with us. Elwood up the gut, feet a chopping, and I think he's got the first down. Near side line judge waving on the chain gang, and that's going to be a first down for the Leo Lions. Dangerous wind speeds here in the top row in Decatur, Indiana, folks. It's probably much better that you're at home watching this on your device. Counter to the left. Here is Wall. A nice job. It's a staple of the Leo offense, the old counter. Running back jabs one way and goes back to the left. In that case, it was a jab to the right, and they ran it off tackle to the left. It gets the defense keying on the running back going one way, and then obviously the running back can go quicker because he knows where he's going. Usually allows a lot of action on the old backside. 8:40 left in the second quarter of action. VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com. For Steve-O, here's Wortman again. Trucks over the first guy. And the Braves. Is it a tribe of Braves? Not a group? Anyways. A pride of Lions. I can usually come up with those, and I thought I had one for the Braves last time. Anyways. Nonetheless, Leo is looking at a 3rd and 3. Not a drive you want to have stifled here, as if you do have to punt it, a chance for it's going to be a naked boot and a cutback, and Restivo's not going to go anywhere. It looked like he was just going to bootleg out to the right and have a chance to hit Ryan Ott, which was the near side receiver, but Ott immediately looked upfield to block, and at that point, obviously, if there's nobody to throw it to, you know he's going to run the ball. He tried to cut it back inside against Aaron Lehrman, and Lehrman did a good job of staying contained that time and forced Restivo to go back inside. Now we got 4th down, and Leo is going to take a timeout. As you can see on the scoreboard, brought to you once again by All American Stores. Got the confirmation that we do have viewership We are not officially on Bluffton. The Bluffton game, not sure who they were playing. Definitely not as exciting as this. Here live from Decatur, Indiana, a riveting performance so far by the Leo Lions and the Bellmont Braves. Leo on 4th down and a fairly long 4 yards. That's pushing 5. Has a choice to make, and they're going to go shotgun with Restivo, of course. And Wortman to his left. Receivers on each side. You got the 4 wide. They just need 4. You like to see an option here or just a quick pass. They're looking for a slant. It's a pass to the outside. And it was brought in and an incomplete. It looks like he was out of bounds. And Peyton Wall had that. He came down with it. The referee does the wave off sign, and that means he didn't catch the ball, in fact. Confirmation from Trent Schott, who, if you watched the game last week, called the New Haven game with it. Or no, not New Haven. Whoever that team was last week. Yeah. Called the game with us last week, and I do have confirmation. He says, yes, got you now, Bob Costas. Well, I'm everything that Bob Costas is and better because, well, frankly, I don't have pink eye, but nonetheless, a pump fake by Wilder going deep. He's got Macklin. And Macklin down the side. He lost the ball. And Macklin, oh my land, he fell on the ball. I think we got the end of that. It was a beautiful double move that time by Noah Macklin. And Wilder just threw a nice little rainbow. It's just a timing route. It's a pump fake on the first move, and then he goes long. And he had, he had Owen Lance beat on the outside, it looked like. And Lance made a diving attempt and was able to slow him down. Then the ball just came out and he fell back on it. So, nonetheless, the 9-yard line is where the ball is at. The Braves are taking over. Here's motion. It's a keeper by Wilder again, and that's G.T. Baker is the first Leo Lion to meet him after a game, maybe 2. So that's not the first time we've seen Wilder go deep to Macklin. I tell you what, I've seen nothing but phenom so far from this kid in the first half of action. Macklin, from the first play of the game, ran a little out pattern in the flats, and it was poorly thrown, but a nice one-handed snag over his head and stuck in there like Odell Beckham Jr. In the first quarter, we saw Bellmont with the big bomb down the side. He was able to beat Peyton Wall on that time, and then Owen Lance is Macklin's latest victim for a pretty big gainer there. And now we're going to see a timeout called by the Bellmont Braves. Be back right after this. All right. Check, test. 6 minutes, 1 second left in the second quarter of action. Once again, VoiceSportsNetwork.com. On the YouTube, make sure you like the page, subscribe, all that stuff. Here's Wilder. Deep. Oh, and in the end zone and nearly knocked down that time by Mason Zeisloff. Just a little bit late, and that is a touchdown pass to Colin Mills. So, Leo, hands are full. They have their hands full with the old Braves of Bellmont here in a windy Decatur Stadium. It's not Decatur Stadium, but, you know, in a stadium in Decatur. You know what I'm talking about. Extra point. Here's Razzo. Lions got in there, almost blocked the sucker, but nonetheless, they are on the board. And the Braves 14-14. Just kind of sitting here taking this in. This is, well, and the scoreboard just went off. So if you are a fan of the Braves, folks, and you're watching, you got to like what you're seeing. The 0-5 Braves coming out and hanging with the 2-3 Lions. A lot of folks think Leo is better than their record. I'm one of those. I think the squad is better than a sub 500 record, a 2-3 record. And you would have to think on the flip side that there's a lot of Braves fans in attendance tonight that think the Braves are far better than 0-5 as the kick goes to Peyton Wall. He works to the right side, always trying to get a little break. He found a break, cuts it back, still on his feet. Wall not going down, and he finally gets him up the 46-yard line. A heck of a run that time by Peyton Wall, and trying to peel off some extra Brave defenders to no avail, but nonetheless, Leo, good starting field position once again, and that's something we've seen all night so far for the Lions. I don't have the official stat. I think the average starting position has got to be about right here at about the 45, 46-yard line, in the neighborhood thereof. Nonetheless, it's for Steve-O in the shotgun. Going to give it to Wortman. Another high handoff. They need to work on that because it's. I don't want to speak cockily or anything, but as a former running back, I didn't have that problem because I was 6'1", and my quarterback was my height or at least shorter, so I was getting the handoffs in the gut. Well, Restivo, obviously many know, is 6 feet 1 inches, and Alex Wortman is 5'5". Carried the 2. Yeah, that's like an 8-inch difference in height. So Restivo's got to do a better job of staying low and getting the handoff in the old breadbasket, if you ask me. Make things go a lot smoother when Wortman's trying to hit the hole and take it down the old throat of the Braves here. Restivo drops back into a bunch of wind. It's tipped by Wall. Couldn't come up with it. It's picked off. And here is number 3, Colin Mills, and Leo, after giving up a touchdown, a pretty huge turnover. And I do honestly think that the wind was a little bit of factor in that one, as we see the ball tipped out of Wall's hand. It wasn't delivered on. It was delivered on time. It was just way behind him, and I don't know if the wind took that a little bit. Maybe I'm trying to make excuses for Restivo, but I don't think that was as bad a pass as it ended up being. Nonetheless, Wall couldn't handle it, and Mills comes away with a big pick. And now, speaking of 45, 46-yard line, the Braves are going on the 46. On the outside, here's Mills with the big catch and a nice job of regaining the ground that was lost. That was Ethan Stewart, a big hit for the Lions, but not after a huge gain. And that was, I think that was Colin Mills once again for the Braves. Now who's driving? That would be the Bellmont Braves. Got a text message in from a fan that says Leo could easily be 4-1 if Leo got some favorable calls from refs in 2 games. Thank you, Mr. Anonymous Source. I don't necessarily disagree. What I do agree with is the defensive effort that time. That is Christian Hepner getting great penetration there and stopping the play action keeper from Jonathan Wilder from going anywhere. I mean, forward progress is stopped at about the 35, but they're going to go ahead and spot at the 32. Nonetheless, it was a tackle for loss, the old TFL. Either way, you count it. So Bellmont, Coach Marty Ballard, trying to hang a dub on the old Lions here at home. Play action keeper once again, something that Leo has struggled against in several games, and I wouldn't say a handful because that's all of them, but in 2 or 3 games, obviously we talked about it before. If you've tuned into the broadcast, Leo has struggled with any type of play action keeper by the quarterback up the gut. It seems like they have to, and they do. They have to respect the either the running back or the receiver if it's a play action, a jet sweep play action. Nonetheless, when the quarterback goes up the gut, he is usually getting positive yardage, and there was definitely positive yardage on that one by Jonathan Wilder. And here it is again, and it is going to be a handoff this time, and that is Joe Laughlin. He's got himself enough for the first down. So it's essentially the exact same formation, exact same set every time for the Braves. You know, kind of an offset eye, or whatever that is. Well, now they don't go the same formation. They're going to run motion off one side. And play action option, nonetheless. Ball out. Leo has the ball. It's Kyle Maazga. Nice job. Great defensive effort that time. So Leo says, I will see your turnover. Brings you one big, fat, juicy strip sack of a fumble and a big return by Kyle Maazga. Big return for a big kid. He goes 6'5". Program says 250. Yeah. I don't know about that. He's got to be pushing 260, 265. Could be 290. I don't know. I'm just kidding. He's not that big. But nonetheless, Maazga. And here is the jet sweep from Peyton Wall. Nicely blocked. Kind of a zone blocking scheme. And Wall is running through the wall and not getting brought down until he is at the 46-yard line for the Leo Lions. A huge game that time. I think about 17 yards that carry. We have 2 minutes left here in the second quarter and counting. Leo trying to put some more points on the board before they have to give the ball back at halftime. Or no, I think Leo kicked off. I don't remember. Long day, long night. Play action. This is keeper. This time on the left side from Restivo. LaRock blocking on the outside. Lets his receiver go. Lets his defender go. Nice job by Grayson LaRock. In fact, he was called on the penalty last week for that exact same play. And it was the exact same thing that he did there, where he had, he had the defender engaged in a block. Now, because you're engaged someone doesn't mean you're holding them, but he was blocking the defender. As Restivo got closer to him, he let him go. He disengaged from him, and it was called for a holding, and that brought back a touchdown. Could have been one of the controversial plays that the Mr. Anonymous texter was texting about, but nonetheless, here is Peyton Wall, right side again, nicely blocked. He's got the edge. He's got no one to beat, and Peyton Wall is going to go in for the touchdown. But wait a minute. I guess some of the time when you got no one to beat, it's because you got held. And that is the call. I don't know how I do -6 on the scoreboard. There we go. Back to 14. Minute 20 left. So what was a 20-14 lead is now 1st and 16, 1st and 15 from the 43-yard line. Excuse me, 37. Flip that. I've actually watched this game before, folks. Leo comes back in the same set. 4 wide receivers, shotgun. Coach Souter likes this one. They play action. Oh, he's got a shot to the outside. Leaves it underneath, and I don't think he's going to like that result. A big-time play. And guess who made that interception? Pass intended that time. Excuse me, for Peyton McHale. But Noah, I got hands like glue, Macklin undercut the route, and the ball was a little bit underthrown. I think Restivo puts too much air on it, and on a windy night like tonight, I'm not sure if you can tell in the background, those trees are a-moving, folks. It's a little bit difficult to see, but of course you can hear the wind in my mic and my headset here. Nonetheless, Noah Macklin made a great play. Tip of the cap to him. So 3 turnovers in a row, 2 picks and a fumble, or a pick, fumble, pick if you're going in order. And a handoff up the gut. I believe that was Caden Freet. Nope, take that back. That was Matt Morris, number 8. So once again, thanks to All American Stores for sponsoring, Indiana Physical Therapy for sponsoring, as well as Grable Insurance for sponsoring the broadcast tonight. Whether you're watching live, I appreciate it. We appreciate it. The Leo fans appreciate it. 33 seconds. Wilder under center. Let me guess, play action. Yeah, there it is. It is a handoff this time. Nicely defended again. Looks like it's going to be enough for a first down. It might have just got out of bounds. We got 21.1 seconds on the clock. And that is a first down. Now they're going to wind the clock. And that may do it for the first half. Got 12 seconds left, and it looks like Belmont's going to run it in. So we're going to update the scoreboard to halftime. So big penalty call there on the holding, which brought back a Peyton Wall jet sweep touchdown. And at half, Leo 14, Belmont 14. Be back after a brief break, and we'll go over some halftime stats on the VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com.
All-American Stores, our customers matter. And we want you to feel that right when you walk in the store.
I give them hugs.
You can always tell a difference between our stores and all the rest. We go a step above just having good gas. We literally have the cleanest bathrooms around. I mean, like, eat off the floor clean. I don't recommend you do that, but you get the idea. All-American is the best of the best. We are the cream of the crop.
Adam says, Grandma, you're the boss, and I can outdo any of the young people there. I'm slow, I'm old, but I do a good job.
Grandma wants you in the All-American Text Club. Text American to 46862 now to experience free gas, deals on goodies, and even free weeks of drinks.
Text 46862 and the word American, you're in.
Come check out the All-American Stores difference for yourselves in Fort Wayne, Hoagland, Monroeville, and Leado. All-American Stores, your hometown team.
All right, once again, big thank you to All-American Stores, your hometown team, for being one of the main sponsors of AllenCountyVoice.com and the Voice Sports Network.com. Steve Roberts back in a windy Decatur, Indiana. 14-14 ball game here at the half. Bellmont hosting Leo on IHSAA football night in America. Well, actually in Indiana, since it's Indiana High School Athletic Association. A little bit of an extended halftime. A little homecoming king and queen action, as you can see in the picture. I'm going to clear the overlay. Got a 1976 Eldorado. Nick, click the back zoom. Check out that car. I'm going to show the... There it is. Homecoming king and queen. I'm not sure who they are, but that's a pretty sweet old L-Dog 500 cubic centimeter engine. So I'm told. At least that's what the guy said. Let's cover some halftime stats. Thanks for that, Nick. As we are still sitting here, once again, put the score back up. 14-14, Leo versus Bellmont. Halftime stats brought to you by Brian Kaler, the stat man, and Lee Houts, a.k.a. Lou Holtz. I still call you Lou Holtz. It's a Kevin Yale thing, I think. Nonetheless, Leo got out to a pretty hot start where Restivo got himself a touchdown for 7 yards to Jaden Haney, and the extra point by McCauley was good. Jonathan Wilder tied it up to Aaron Lehrman, where he saw that quick slant from about 15 yards, and it looked like it should have been stopped, and Leo was unable to. Belmont scores, and the kick by Angel Torres was good. Restivo passed another one to McHale for 8 yards and a touchdown. The McCauley kick was good, and Wilder went to Colin Mills for 7 yards. So both teams are appearing to be able to move the ball pretty well against each other. Defense need not apply. Just kidding. I'm watching McCauley boot one from 50 yards, and that was good. Standing on the 40-yard line. Nice shot there by McCauley. Like I said, if you just tuned in, it's a windy one. And if you can't hear it in the mic, you might want to turn your speakers up. Looks like McCauley's going to try one from 55. No, he's going to punt some. Anyways, stats. Total offense, 207 yards for Leo, 176 for Belmont on 23 plays and 26 plays, respectively. Restivo is 5 out of 7, and Wilder is 7 out of 8. So nice job on the start for the senior quarterback out of Belmont, Jonathan's junior quarterback. We'll see him next year at home. 81 receiving yards for Leo, 126 for Belmont. Rushing is going to be a little bit more backwards. 126 for Leo and only 50 yards on 18 attempts for the Belmont Braves. So Leo's line and linebackers are definitely doing the job against the multiple play action. They run motion, play action, keeper, draw, handoff, all that stuff. It's just not going in a whole lot of places for Belmont, as they're only averaging 2.8 yards per carry. Leo, again, having their way with him on just 16 carries, averaging a shade under 8 yards a carry at 126 yards total. not sure these stats are 100% right. Leo has thrown 2 interceptions, and they did give up, or they did regain a fumble. Bellmont has fumbled the ball 4 times and lost only 1. Leo fumbled the ball. Again, that was Alex Wertman, but did not turn the ball over. Time of possession is pretty close, 10 and a half to 12 in favor of Bellmont. First downs almost equal, 10-9 in favor of Leo. Third down conversion, 0 for 1 for Leo, 0 for 1 on fourth down for Leo. But Bellmont 3 out of 5, and that's on third down. So that's done a pretty good job to keep them in the game and obviously to tie the ball game. Peyton Wall has caught 6 balls for 66 yards, and Alex Werman has not caught 6 balls. He has ran the ball 6 times for 66 yards. Alex Wertman ran the ball 6 times for 41. On the other side, Jonathan Wilder, 11 times have they kept the ball. Jonathan Wilder, again, the quarterback. So the quarterback keeper is the go-to play if you have scouted Leo, and it looks like Bellmont has. That has been one of their Achilles heels across the season on a couple of key games. The main one is Angola, and the other that comes to mind is New Haven. So they got out. Leo got out to a pretty good-sized lead, unable to hold them off there, and wound up losing by 3 points. A couple of close plays there, nonetheless. And as we move on down the stat sheet, Jaden Haney's caught a couple of balls for 37 yards, including the touchdown. And the leading receiver, Noah Macklin, leading all receivers. 3 catches, 74 yards. Again, he has been pretty studly. On the deep ball, he also had an interception. So nice job on both sides of the ball by Mr. Noah Macklin. Arlen Kuhlman's got himself 7 tackles. Jaden Elwood's a couple. And the rest of Leo has basically 2 each, down to a couple of singles there. But we are going to pick it back up here very, very shortly. In about 50 seconds. Going to regather some things here and be right back. TheVoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com.
At Grable Insurance, their most important.
We are back. Here is the kick taken by Alex Werby. He's got some room on the right side. Stiff arm. Trying to get on his way, and he's out of bounds about the 35.
Alex Wertman on the return. Knocked out of bounds by Grant Sorey and Matthew Morris for the Braves.
Leo's going to take over.
Out to the 35-yard line, where Leo has first and 10 to begin the second half.
Looks like I do have a commercial. Nonetheless, I got to stop saying that a lot tonight. Sorry, folks. Nevertheless, maybe that's better. Restivo under center. Going to update the scoreboard here shortly. Hand off to Wall. Wall tries to bounce it out. And he goes a lot of nowhere. So Peyton Wall, seeing some snaps, has done a real phenomenal job over the last few weeks. a term I hate using, a couple few. Anyways, has done a great job. It looks like Coach Souter is rewarding him here and there in the backfield, but definitely one of the better slot, probably the best slot receiver Leo has. Speaking of all, deep over the center, Restivo goes underneath. It's 1-on-4, and he makes all 4 of them miss, and Peyton McHale made him look silly. Nice play by Peyton McHale. Wow. It was just a quick 5-yard out is what it looked like, and got himself, after the catch, got himself turned around back inside. And, wow, a great job of eluding 4 Braves that time, and enough for the first down. Leo midfield, and Restivo is going to go shotgun this time. Run pass option is going to be the run, and Peyton Wall stays on his feet. He's shaking, he's baking, trying to reverse field. He gets through the whole thing. He is going to go. He's got a couple of guys to beat, and Peyton Wall is a touchdown. Wow. And there's another penalty around the 30-yard line. They're going to talk it over. A phenomenal 50-yard touchdown by Peyton Wall off the jet sweep to the left. And that is a personal foul. What is that? What is that? Illegal fist bump? Is that a legal fist bump? I don't know what that is. It was a personal foul. Oh, helmet-to-helmet contact? Okay. So what was a gain of 50 after a penalty is now a gain of 3. So 2 touchdowns this game, unfortunately for Peyton Wall and the Leo Lions, have been called back due to penalty. First was a holding, that one was a helmet-to-helmet contact. Of course, you can't really see that real time if you're watching everything else. Swing pass to the outside after a play action, and here is Peyton McHale. And McHale and Wall, the name Peyton is synonymous with both, but I tell you what. Pick your Peyton. It's like pick your poison. Either one's going to get you. We've seen McHale do some phenomenal things so far this season, as well as tonight, leaving 4 Braves in the dust. And not to mention Peyton Wall and the kick returns out of the slot, doing a lot of dirty work himself, and unfortunately not getting rewarded for it. Restivo, play action, he's going to keep it, gets himself the first down. Looks like he did get out of bounds about the 39-yard line. And we got 10:02 left in the third quarter of action. In case you haven't seen before, my name is Steve Roberts. Calling the action for you, watching it live, or if you're watching it on the replay, YouTube on the Voice Sports channel, VoiceSportsNetwork.com, AllenCountyVoice.com. Here's Restivo. It's a fake to the right, goes to the left, and he goes nowhere. Lost about 5 on that one. Went nowhere, and for all intents and purposes, this should be a 28-14 game right now without those couple of penalties. I'm not saying they weren't penalties. I'm just saying that you can't have those penalties if you're the Leo Lions. Braves got to be thanking their lucky stars. And here is a pass on the outside. Here is Peyton Wall again. He's going to be bottled up after about a gain of 6. A little slow getting up. To the 35. Makes it more manageable, 3rd and 7. Restivo drops back, getting flushed out to his right, squares his shoulders, has a wide open receiver on the outside. Guess who? It's Peyton Wall. Touchdown, Leo. A great job that time for Restivo. Not only to stay on his feet, but rolling to your left, and as a right-handed quarterback, that's one of the more difficult throws that you can make. He was able to, as I said, able to get his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, which is what you want to do to make yourself, to give yourself the best chance to throw an accurate ball. And he put one on the money. And Peyton Wall was able to get himself up underneath the coverage and found the soft spot of the defense, and he put the biscuit in the basket, and Wall did the rest. Leo, 21-14 after the McCauley extra point. That's exactly what you want to see if you are a Leo Lion fan. I think some of you guys watching right now just may be. So a nice play call that time. I'm not even sure what the play call was because it was obviously a broken play after the coverage. After the protection for Restivo broke down. But regardless, A.J. Restivo did a great job of getting out of harm's way, if you will. Rolled out to his left, put one down the field about 26 yards, and Peyton Wall caught the ball, made one move, and he was gone. And our scoreboard, brought to you by All-American Stores, shows Leo 21, Belmont 14. Be back after a quick radio silence. Once again, Steve Roberts, VoiceSportsNetwork.com, AllenCountyVoice.com. Leo on the board again, 21-14. Early third quarter action. McCauley kicks one deep. That's going to go outside of the boundary line. Some might say out of bounds. So Belmont's going to get the football at the 25-yard line. 35-yard line. And we will see what Mr. Jonathan Wilder and the Braves come out with. They've been able to answer almost every time. Play action, quarterback keeper, up the middle again. And that's a big gain of 9 yards. Let's make it 10. Move the chains. So Coach Marty Ballard going back to the well for the Belmont Braves once again and keeping it on the ground. Again, they just run basically a single back. It's kind of a two tight end set, but both tight ends are kind of offset off the line. And now they have a different look here. Got a double back in the field, just a single motion guy coming around. Hand off quick. And that was a nice job of staying at home and breaking down. Good tackle by Gavin James, number 21 for the Lions. So they're not varying up their formations a whole lot, and frankly, they have several options that they can run out of each formation. So they're just kind of beating those to death, if you will, and it's keeping Leo on their feet, and it's been working. I mean, Belmont's been able to put up answer every time that Leo has scored. Belmont's been able to score, and Obviously, that's the hopes of the Braves on this drive right here as we pick it up 2nd down and 6 from the 49. Another motion again. Oh, and oops, I just went the wrong way. And, yeah, that's not going to be a good positive game. In fact, it was a loss of about 3 on the play. But, yeah, Matthew Morris, number 8 for Bellmont, is the motion man on essentially every play. And this is a pretty standard offense that we've seen from the Braves over the years. I think the last 2, possibly 3 games over the last 2 or 3 years. We've seen a similar formation. And again, they just try to keep you guessing because you have to stay at home. You have to follow the fundamentals of defending a certain defense. Well, here's a shot to the outside. And that's one of the few times that they've went to Macklin. And Macklin, again, he had 3 catches for 74 yards in the first half of play. And I think that's the first time that they went to him in the second half as we have 6:24 left in the third quarter. So almost half this quarter is gone, and they finally decided to go to the number 1 receiver, Noah Macklin, who also had an interception in the first half. Bellmont is going to punt it now. Peyton squared back to receive. It's a low liner. How'd that even get through? And quickly downed at the 30 by Aaron Lehrman, and Leo's going to take over one of the worst field positions they've had of the evening, and it's not that bad a field position, the 30-yard line. So once again, Indiana Physical Therapy is celebrating 30 years in business with 17 locations to best serve you. Choose Indiana Physical Therapy for all of your therapy needs. Dial 260-209-2464. Call anytime 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., folks. Online, indianapt.com is your trusted choice for physical therapy in northern Indiana. A.J. Restivo, run pass option, pitches it outside. Nice job by Peyton Wall again, and a nice double block by Jaden Haney. And Peyton Wall going off tonight. And, I mean, hey, Coach Souter says the guy's hot. The guy's hot. Let him do what he's doing. And that was just a nicely designed play. Obviously, you have number 1, Jaden Haney, on the far outside as a blocker. He's a good-sized body out there at 5'11", 155, but he can still put his hands on you and get some block going here. Play action to the right. Restivo decides to cut it up the gut. There's your run-pass option, quarterback keeper himself. As Coach Souter takes a page out of the Ballard book. Gives a little dose back to the Braves. And they're moving the chains again. So 2 plays, 2 first downs for the Leo Lions. Clock keeps a running, and we got 5 minutes, 20 seconds left. Going 4 wide again. Bottom of your screen is Ryan Ott, number 14. Can't see him. He's off picture. Off camera a little bit, and Leo wants to talk about it. So a timeout is called by Leo, and this timeout is brought to you by the Grable Insurance folks in Grable. Actually, in Leo. The fine folks at Grable Insurance in Leo, Indiana. They want to provide you with the protection from the unfortunate things in life that can and often, unfortunately, do happen. Visit Ray Gage or Arnie Myers, their office in Pony Express, Run in Leo, to get the best coverage you can afford. Once again, folks, Grable Insurance. I'm not just saying it because I'm saying it. You need to go check out Grable Insurance. If you're in the market, even if you're not in the market, you could be in the market and you don't even know you're in the market. And that is discomforting, folks. So you might as well go talk to Ray or Arnie, Pony Express Run, because if you're in the market and you know you're in the market, how are you ever going to save money? How are you ever going to explore your options? Well, you're not. That's why you got to go. Grable Insurance. Pony Express Run. You should already be starting the car. Except for they're not open. Go Monday. Monday's a good day. Do that. Yeah. Anyway, back to the action. 4 wide Restivo. Shotgun formation. Hayden Wall's going to get a jet sweep fake. Going deep this time. Put some air underneath it. A layout in the end zone and almost had him. I think that was Gavin. Can't see a number. Yep, that's 21. Gavin James, the intended receiver. And Restivo's going to try it again. Well, not try it again, but try the old football again there. The football stuff, you know. Here's a handoff again. And that's a big-time penalty. Somebody coming in late. 2 flags thrown on the play. Wortman got a run, I think. I couldn't tell exactly what happened. Came in late. Looks like a personal foul. Against the Braves. That's usually when you have emphatic referee throws of the flag. It's probably on the defense. They probably hit too hard or came in late or something dirty. That was the case. So after a pickup of about 8, which was roughly Leo's first half average per run, they tack on the penalty. It's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 11. So they can still get a first down. But who needs first down when we can score points? Grayson LaRock on the right. Gavin James on the left. Restivo naked up the middle, as in no one touched him. A nice play action touchdown for the Lions. You hear about like a naked boot right, naked boot left, where it's just the quarterback. Well, that was just a naked play action up the middle. No one touched him. Nice spacing. It was well blocked, and a great job by Restivo to navigate through there. Put on the touchdown for the Lions, and the extra point by Carson McCauley is good. You're right back after a brief silence. VoiceSportsNetwork.com. Actually, play a commercial here. Let's do that.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of Allen County High School athletics.
All right, thank you once again, Grable Insurance, Indiana Physical Therapy, and All-American Stores. And Grandma at All-American on Lima and Leato a couple days a week, I think. Lima and Ludwig, the marathon right across from that one club, some guy, Club Sam's Club. Anyways, corner Lima, Ludwig. Down the street a little bit, north on Lima is also at a Shell station. Got a marathon at a Shell. It's a couple of the All-American locations. DuPont Road and the Kroger parking lot area by Wings Etc. and all that fun stuff. And a flag back at the 40 where the ball was kicked. I'm guessing somebody was across the line. That is true. So they're going to back him up and make McCauley, put the big toe in another one. Also, there is, back to the All-American locations, again, 2 on Lima Road, 1 in DuPont, or on DuPont, by the DuPont Coldwater area next to Casas. Get your gas. All the Shell stations, all American Shell stations, they do take those Kroger cards. You can save up to 10 cents a gallon. It's pretty huge. Get your savings on. Again, Hoagland also, and Monroeville. And then if you're heading north on that very Lima Road, around the 205 area, that's Highway 205. Lima Road, Highway 3, 205, Layotto, Indiana. Get yourself some All-American gas there. That's a Marathon. Fine fuel. And get yourself a sub. Tell them Steve sent you from The Voice. If you mentioned this exact verbiage, Steve from The Voice sent me, you'll get a free chocolate chip cookie at All American Stores. Layotto at the Subway. It's got to be at Subway. It's got to be at All American Stores. Layotto. Steve from The Voice sent me. Use that. And no, Adam, I'm not paying for those cookies. You can just do it. 1st and 10. Wilder, keeper. Not going anywhere that time. 28-14 is the score. Third quarter winding down here. About 4:20 left in what has been a seesaw game to start out. And then Leo come out here in the second quarter and just put a couple of quick drives together, and bang, bang, they doubled the score, 28-14. Seems like the defense is digging in with some confidence. They got a 2-on-1 out here. 0 coverage in the slot. Here comes Peyton Wall. They go deep, and that is off the hand. That was Colin Mills, and that was defended nicely that time by Mason Zeisloft. Zeisloft, a stout 5'8", 151. Great kid. Got himself a set of great parents, Justin and Stacy. They're basically Leo royalty. I'm teasing. No, but they are. They're phenomenal people. And, all the Zeislofts are good, hard-working kids, and it's what you want to see. So, pick it up back here. 3rd down and 8 to go. Just under 4 minutes. We're going to see if they're going to go to Macklin. It's a single move, and it was overthrown. And I tell you what, that time on the far side, Aaron Lehrman looked like he had Owen Lance beat, and he's beat by about a yard. And if that ball isn't overthrown, got a chance to go to the house. But it was all for naught, considering Jonathan Wilder chucked it a little too deep. And Kobe Ortiz is going to punt one deep. Or try to punt one deep for the Braves. He's a rugby-style kicker. Gets it, kind of runs with it, and does one of those little airdrop kicks, and he does. Peyton Wall is going to watch it go out of bounds. And a pretty solid kick that time inside the 20, about the 17-yard line, where Leo and A.J. Restivo and company are going to take over. Try and put some more ticks on the board. Get this thing out of reach for the Belmont Braves. Single back bunch set. Jaden Elwood in the game now. He pulls the right side. Here comes Wertman. Great run that time, and forced all the way out of bounds. And that was number 51, Dakota Rodebush. So nice job of Dakota catching up to him, but it wasn't until he gained himself 20 yards on that play. So as we've seen literally all night, Leo offensive line, running backs, everybody has had their way with kind of an undersized, by comparison, defensive line for the Bellmont Braves. Similar formation, except shotgun. They're going to swing it out, and here's Wall. Wall shoestring past the first guy, and he's going to go, but guess what? I'm not even getting excited about this. It's a touchdown. But, yeah, they threw two penalty flags. That's now 3 touchdowns by Peyton Wall. That was a short screen to the left that just went for 62 yards. Guess what? Yet another penalty. 2 in that area. That's a hold. Wow. That is, if you're just tuning in, the 3rd touchdown by Peyton Wall. 2 passes and 1 run. The 3rd touchdown by Peyton Wall that has been called back on a touchdown. His other touchdown would have been from 50 yards. That was a jet sweep. That was from 62 right there. Anyhow, Leo still up 28-14. Decatur, Indiana, VoiceSportsNetwork.com. Here's Workman on the right, cuts it back up. Nice job of running that time. Picked up about 6 yards. But yeah, that's got to be. I mean, hey, you're up by 14, but you should be up by, well, far more than that, by 35. As Coach Souter reviews film, and as these kids watch film, I don't know if they do it Saturday morning like the days of old, or Monday, or anyway, when they get to watching film, you're going to point out a few of these things, and it's going to be some face palms and some head shaking, I'm sure. Here's a fake bobble, and Wortman just running dudes over. Still on his feet. And Wortman almost squeaks out of there. He's still going. Alex Wortman doing his best impression of the juggernaut. Wow. In the words of Ron Dubois, that whole team owes him a quarter for that ride. How big was that gain? What, 30 some odd yards? 34? I don't know. Anyways, big time run from a short little guy that is, again, bowling ball power, and he just juggernauted through the entire Braves defense. Alex Wortman. Give it back to Wortman up the gut again. And once again, chunky yardage. Picked up about 7 on that one. I tell you what, if you're watching right now, you want to watch that one again. And you probably want to rewind it 2 or 3 more times and watch it again and again, because that was a phenomenal effort by Alex Wortman. Excuse me. Inside of a minute 10 now. For Steve-O. Here's Peyton Wall going to give Wortman a break. Wall gets to the edge. Tries to stay in bounds. He is in for a touchdown. Nice job that time. 26-yard carry. Wait a minute. Wait. No penalty flags. All right. Had to check. He scored 4 touchdowns tonight, and 3 of them didn't count. We're going to mark it up on the All-American scoreboard. I take that back. He scored more. Anyways, no flags. Great job on the off tackle to the right. The run by Peyton Wall, and Carson McCauley finds himself an extra point. He's perfect on the night as well. And Leo, 35. Bellmont, 14. And at All-American stores, our customers matter. They want you to feel that way right when you walk in the store. We go a step above just having good gas. Join the All-American Text Club at Text America to 46862 to experience free gas, deals on goodies, and some free drink of the non-alcoholic kind. See the All-American stores for the difference yourself in Fort Wayne, Hoagland, Monroeville, and Little L.A., a.k.a. Leato. It's your hometown team, All-American. Again, appreciate the support, helping bring the broadcast to you folks from all of our sponsors. If you're looking to do some sponsoring, get a hold of me. Facebook message me, text me if you got my number. Some fairly cheap advertising. Do reach a fairly decent amount of fans with the total number of views on YouTube, and whether it's live or the replay, in the 500 range. Some far less, some far more. I would guess that this would be a little bit higher because it's Decatur. Nobody from Leo wants to drive to Decatur. Except for the fans that you see in the stands. Leo traveling pretty well tonight. Minute 2 left, and the kick is taken. Breaks it out to the right side. Pretty good run there. Couldn't get a number on the kid. But to the 35-yard line, where Jonathan Wilder and the Belmont Braves are going to take over and try and climb their way back into this game. They got a pretty tall order as they're down 21 points here, with essentially about to start the fourth quarter, just under a minute in the third. And again, folks, the advertising we're talking about does carry into basketball for the home games of the Leo Lady Lions and the Leo Lions. Boys and girls coverage. Here's a handoff up the gut. Nice stop that time by a Pride of Lions. That was Caden Freet. Nope. That would be number 5, Joe Laughlin. 5'11", $175 sophomore. Big tip of the cap, big thank you, Mr. Nick Birchfield, bringing you the moving pictures that you see here. Trent Schott, Adam Dagger, you guys owe me big time. Neither could help and cover the game with me. Nice tackle that time. Big stop by Gavin James, and he got a little help from his friends. And that was Joe Laughlin who was stopped that time. Might have lost a yard on that play, but nice job on that defensively. And at the end of the third quarter, Leo 35, Belmont 14. We'll be back after yet another little brief message from, Grable Insurance.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of Allen County High School Athletics.
All right, we're back, about to start this fourth quarter, a.k.a. crunch time, a.k.a. this is why they play the game, a.k.a. put the women and children to bed and let's go searching for dinner. You hear the Belmont Braves marching band, the old background there. Thanks again for joining me, folks. VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com. And me is Steve Roberts, of course, in case you didn't know that. 12 minutes on the clock, start of the fourth. Belmont lines up, 3rd down and 7, pretty crucial play. Playing soft on the outside, giving some room. It's a fake back, it's a pass back to the left side. He's got a lot of room and a head of steam. Nice job that time. I couldn't tell who it was. The Braves' uniforms are dark and their numbers are darker. That was Lehrman. Number 16, Aaron Lehrman. Nice misdirection play that time. Everything looked like it was going right. Swinging back to the left, and nobody was really there. Looks him off that time. Again, that's Lehrman. No, it's not. That's the other boy. It's Noah Macklin. So we've seen some good out of both of those guys. Lehrman, 6'4", 190. Macklin, 6'4", $165. Both good speed, both good hands. Both caught a ball this drive as the Braves are moving it. So play action and it's going deep. And it is caught that time and he stays on his feet and it's a touchdown. Aaron Lehrman. The double move that time and Owen Lance couldn't hang with him. And you got a pretty sizable height disparity there, folks. About 9 inches. Owen Lance, 5'7". We just mentioned 6'4", Aaron Lehrman. And that was a big play, about 65 yards on the bomb. And I tell you what, we've seen. Update the scoreboard there and the extra point. 35-21, so 20 seconds into the fourth quarter. Excuse me, Marty Ballard and the Braves able to get within 14, 21-35 here in Decatur. So you hear the Braves marching band playing a little tune. And the fans here at Worthman Stadium saying, so you're saying there's a chance. You're telling me there's a chance. 35-21. They've been doing some scoring. Unable to answer a couple of them, but hey, we got ourselves a little ball game here now. Again, 35-21. Can't even talk now. And you hear the chant of the Braves. A lot of tomahawking here in the stands. And they squib it. Onside. Nicely recovered that time. The old hand team up front. That was Justin Jackson. On the recovery, and Leo's got phenomenal field position. Halfway to 6 points. 50-yard line. Picking up 11:38 here in the fourth quarter. Once again, Restivo and crew, I formation. Hand off to Wortman up the gut. And Jaden Elwood was in there that time at fullback to lead the way. I think there's not much question that we're going to see a healthy dose of Wortman. Might work in a little bit of Wall there at running back. The rest of the way here. Excuse me, 11 minutes left. 11:09. Single back formation, bunched up. Elwood, top screen tight end. Usually goes in motion, but he doesn't. He's pulling lead blocker. Got a penalty flag in the backfield as Wortman tried to get himself at least one out of that. And another hold on the Lions is going to erase whatever positive yardage that was, and flirting with second and 20. Second 18, whatever. Restivo drops back. Got a lot of time. Out to the flats. There's Peyton McHale. Pretty short game. It's kind of a tough spot here if you're Coach Souter, because it's, now it's third and extra long. Maybe third and about 15 and pick up 3 of that play, but excuse me. If you're Coach Souter here, it's kind of a predicament. You're kind of in a particular situation here. Is you need to pick up a first down and keep this drive going, because you don't want to get the ball back with any potential to score or come close to scoring. Restivo calling out his blocks, and a nice job, picked up about 12 there as he was flushed out of the pocket. That was basically just a coverage gain right there. So what was third and 15 is going to be now about fourth and a little less than 2. So a great job that time by A.J. Restivo to make something out of nothing. That kid is tough. He is rugby tough, to quote Mr. Trent Schott. I'm going to use that the rest of the season. Anyways, they got the drums going. Here's Restivo up the gut. He is moving the masses. He's still on his feet. Get off me. Big time game. Needed 2, got 12. First down on the 30-yard line. So exactly what Leo needed right there on a long second 18 after the penalty. I was going to say, Bellmont just brought it inside of 14, brought it to 14 points as the deficit. If you turned over the ball right there and give them a chance to cut it to within 7, there's still a lot of game left, folks. We have 9:20 left on the clock. So you have to be careful with the ball. And here's Peyton Wall to the right side. Oh, thanks, nice catch. Just lost my paper, and the guy over my left just snagged it out of midair. Anyways, Peyton Wall picked up about 8. Picked up a first half average. We said the Leo's running game tonight has been looking pretty good. Here's Wortman right side. Got himself enough for the first down. East Noble. That's it. I totally spaced who the game was against last week. All right, Leo in business. 8:20 left in regulation, trying to put this thing away. Again, big thank you to Mr. Nick Birchfield. Came along for the ride with Brian Kaler and Lee Houts, the stat man and stat man 2. Here's a keeper up the gut. Restivo inside the 5. The Lions are knocking on the door, trying to double up the score on the Braves here. But a big thanks to Nick Birchfield. Offered to do camera and his first time. Doing great, by the way, for a first-timer. It's not exactly the easiest. You would think, well, you just point a camera at stuff. Well, yeah, if you wanted people to be able to see all the action taking place. Oh, and by the way, you have to do that in a 2.5-inch screen. A little pop-out viewfinder that you're looking at. Wortman right side, shuffles his feet. He is in for the touchdown. And with 7:30 left, Leo, 41. Bellmont, 21. But again, tip of the cap. Thank you, sir. Mr. Nick Birchfield. Volunteering his services. Since obviously who I thought were friends, can't help a guy out tonight. Extra point by Nana's boy, Carson McCauley, is good. 42-21. And speaking of friends who decided to play golf yesterday and put off work to catch up today, Adam Dagger and All-American Stores are one of the proud sponsors of the VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com. I'm sorry, I thought that was funny. It is true. Called him on the way, hey, you going to make it? Yeah, I'm still working. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Well, you knew about the game, huh? Well, yeah, I just decided to play golf yesterday. Oh, okay, cool. And I didn't get a phone call about golf. I couldn't have won, but I still didn't get a phone call. That's the point. Anyway, All-American Stores at 6 convenient locations for you, folks. Sign up in the All-American Text Club. It's easy to join. Grandma wants you to do it. Text AMERICA. If you can't spell that, just shut the phone off right now. I don't want to talk to you. Anyways, spell the word America. Type it, text it to 46862. Get yourself some free gas. Join the text club, and you will get the deals on the gas and the goodies, and even some free drinks. And if you go to the All-American Stores, you can see the difference. They actually take care of their places, and they give a darn. They give a rat's hindquarters. They give insert example of what they give there. But they do. They give a darn. They give a rip about the appearance of their stores, the cleanliness of their stores, easy for me to say, and not to mention the overall experience that you have at the All-American Store. See the difference. Stop by. Check out your hometown team. Once again, 3 convenient locations in Fort Wayne, Hoagland, Monroeville, and Leato. Pick it back up. Jonathan Wilder now look to do some passing possibly, but nope, they go up the middle. And looks like they got about 5 on that one. Second man through. Looked like Gavin Heber was the man on that last one. So 3rd and 4, down by 21 points. Pretty much everything is 4-down territory, I would reckon. Yeah, 6 minutes and change on the clock, almost under the 6-minute mark. Here's a play action. He's going to go deep to the outside. Once again, it's Macklin, and that was stolen at the last second. No. Wow. I couldn't tell on the monitor if Nick, did you get that? Okay. Wow. Yeah, it was a play action to the outside, and Noah Macklin went up for it, caught the ball, came down, and as he was going down, it was stripped by Peyton Wall, went to the ground, so it was at least an incompletion, if not an interception, and Wall wasn't inbounds. Nonetheless, they're giving him the catch. Here's a run up the gut. Looks like Joe Laughlin not going a whole lot of places. But enough for about 3. So 2nd and 7. Going outside to Lehrman. Lehrman down the sidelines. Incomplete. Nicely defended by Jaden Haney that time. That's what you like to see there. You got the big, tall receivers that are fast. Get in their face at the line. On the line. Jam them up. Play some defense. See what happens. Love it. Love that call. Third and 7. Big play here. Option to the right, and that's not going to be enough. Only got about 2 or 3 on the play. As Mills is the recipient. So 4th and 4 for the Braves. Wilder swings it outside. Here's Lehrman. Cuts back. Got a little bit of room. He might have enough for the first down. And he did. Nice play that time. Again, Aaron Lehrman and Noah Macklin. Two-headed monster here for the Belmont Braves. Looks like it's eventually going to be too little too late as they find themselves down 21 points with 4:22 and counting here in regulation. Lehrman, body of your screen, looking right the whole way, goes back left. Here's Macklin. The outside, picked up 6. Clock stops, 4:02. Clock is yet to start again. Play clock down to 6. Here's Wilder. First man through, handoff. Stood up, not a whole lot going there, and he's brought down by the front part of Leo's line. It's Ethan Stewart, 5'6", 2 1/4. Nice job there by Mr. Stewart. Short gain and a timeout by the Braves, and we'll take a quick timeout as well. One of the only audio spots I have, guess who?
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at grableinsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of Allen County High School athletics.
And we are happy to have Grable Insurance as one of our sponsors. Again, many years. Not to mention the fine folks at the 17 locations of Indiana Physical Therapy, celebrating 30 years in business. It's a phenomenal thing to have nowadays. You don't hear that too often. But yeah, Indiana Physical Therapy. It's your trusted choice for physical therapy in northern Indiana. Go online at indianapt.com or just call them up. They're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'm told they take almost any insurance. Find out. Give them a call, 260-209-2464. Indiana Physical Therapy, indianapt.com. Here's Wilder. Looks like he faked it, kept it. And it looks like from here they're going to give it to him. Could be short. Nope. near side referee holding up the old fist. That's a indicator of a 4th down scenario. So a nice job there. So by the Leo defense. Leo holds them here and pretty much wraps it up. Or they give up a 1st down, and somebody wants to talk about it. And that's going to be Coach Marty Ballard and the Belmont Braves. So almost a little too little too late for the Braves tonight. Tell you what, the way they came out, in the first half, offensively, you wouldn't have known that they were an 0-5 team. Defensively, maybe not so much, but then again, defensively, Leo wasn't doing so much either. It was 14-14 at the half. Leo was able to come out and score a quick one, got the ball back, and had a 2-minute drive that was in excess of 60, 70 yards in about 2 minutes. Handful of plays, marched it down the field, opened it up to 28-14 lead. And from there, it's just been all Leo and a whole heck of a lot of Peyton Wall. Again, 3 touchdowns had been called back that Peyton Wall did a great job on. A 50-yard run, a 68-yard swing pass. And here is the up-the-gut play on 4th, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down. They're going to move the chains, and that's going to briefly stop the clock at 3 minutes and 15 seconds. That wind is blowing a little chillier than what it was. Drops back, double move, pump fake. Macklin was the intended receiver, far side of the field. Jaden Haney was defending. Macklin came out. Jaden jammed him. The ball was thrown a little too early. Didn't give the Wilder didn't give the play enough time to develop before he threw the ball, and looked like Noah Macklin wanted a penalty on the play. None called. 2nd down, 2:56 left in regulation. Or we'll just say the game. 23-yard line. Here's Wilder. Motion man again. Play action. Chucks it up deep. Down the middle. And a pass is incomplete. Defended again that time by Zeisloft. The pass was intended for Morris. Matthew Morris. So, folks, as we look ahead to finish the season for the Leo Lions, it's weird to even think that we're talking about finishing the season, as football is so new to this season. That was underthrown, and that was picked off. They're going to call it incomplete. Okay. Anyways, a phenomenal play that time. Was that Alex? Alex Wertman looked like number 3 out there. Maybe I'm not seeing it right. It was Alex Wertman. That was a pretty blatant interception. He went down with it. Might have bobbled it, nonetheless, incomplete. But as I was saying, Leo now currently 2-3, about to move to 3-3 on the season with 2:44 left here in regulation after that happens. Conceivably say this is going to be the dub. Going to get the win here, as that one is defended and incomplete, but there's going to be a penalty. Far side. Belmont's just taking shots down the old side of the field. Got the penalty that they wanted. You either want a completion for a touchdown or you want a flag. I think they got the latter. Leo next week, September 28th. Home game against 5A Huntington North. Following that, the next week, October 5th, it's going to be at Columbia City. And in the season finale, which I presume would be senior night, October 12th at home against the DeKalb Barons. So Leo, 3-3. They're going to move to 2-2 in conference. After beating Norwell, dropping consecutive games to New Haven and East Noble by fairly small margins. Chucks it up. That's going to be picked off that time. There's Zeislov. Got himself an interception. Very good job there, Mason. Way to play the ball. The fact that Wilder hung it up in the air in this wind, and again, I talk about the wind all night. Clearly you can hear it. I'm not making stuff up. Yeah, he chucked it up there, and it looked like a little Peyton Manning duck, kind of squabbled out there, and Zeislov in the end zone, caught himself an interception, and Leo takes over on the 20-yard line, 2:33. Might get a first down or two and just back this up and head back to Leo, head north. So in what I believe is Mason Zeislov's first start, I could be wrong, might have started a couple games I didn't see. Got himself a pick, well done. Handoff, kind of awkward that time. Again to Wertman. And that does get the clock running. Picked up 2, 2nd and 8. We got 2:10 and counting. But regardless of who is calling the game with me or not calling the game with me next week, I will definitely be there at Leo in the Jungle, September 28th, 7 o'clock against Huntington North on the old turf field. There's a handoff to Wertman up the gut, I formation, moving the pile. Crazy Leo coach walking in front. Mr. Lance, I believe. So, a minute 25. Leo's going to run, what is this, 3rd and 1. 1 first down does it. Play clock is at 20. Game clock is 1:16. So, it is 1 play. Presuming that they get it, it would be over. Leo can get to watching some tape and figure out where those penalties were coming from that were pulling touchdowns back. And speaking of figure out something that happened, that ball shot out of there, and that's a fumble. Recovered by the Braves. Something you don't think you'd really see on a 3rd and 1 quarterback keeper. But Dylan Andrews comes up with the ball, and the Braves going to try to save some face here and throw some more points on the board with 54 seconds left. And Wilder underneath center. Going to drop back. He's looking for Lehrman the whole way. Lehrman undercuts him. He's got himself a touchdown. A bomb of about 27 yards. Hold the phones, folks. Woo-hoo. So Marty Ballard says, hey, we'll take the ball back. Hey, we'll go deep on you. Hey, we'll score. They do. And extra point is good. So 42-28. With 46.8 seconds left in the game. In regulation. Did he miss that? It looked good from here. Apparently he missed it. Let me take that off the old All-American scoreboard. Apparently he did miss it. They're not adding a point unless the guy's just late. Leo lines up with just Jaden Haney deep back. They got 7 men up front, 3 behind, 1 back behind that. Hands team, you'd have to think, anticipating an onside, has got to go to the Braves logo at the 50. He kicks a spinner out that way, and okay. I thought that. I wasn't sure he had it there. Nice job. I think that was Gannon Brown on the recovery. And Leo can now, with 44.8 seconds, run 2 plays and call it a day. It'll probably be 1 because they'll just delay it. Anyways, a nice job by the Leo Lions tonight, especially on the ground. Had some hang-ups in the air. They reset the game clock, the play clock to jump on top of the play clock, and that's going to do it, folks. So Leo doesn't have to run any more plays. We're going to move this to a final. On the scoreboard brought to you by All-American Stores. Leo, big win. Needed a little bit of confidence regain, if you will, after a couple of consecutive losses. And Leo on the road here with the win, 42-27. We'll be back after a brief break. A word from this or that. And we'll wrap up this with the All-American Stores Player of the Game on the VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of Allen County High School Athletics.
Hey, it's Adam Dagger here, often confused with Captain All-American, from All-American Stores, and I'm here with...
Grandma, the hugger.
At All-American Stores, our customers matter, and we want you to feel that right when you walk in the store.
I give them hugs.
You can always tell a difference between our stores and all the rest. We go a step above just having good gas. We literally have the cleanest bathrooms around. I mean, like, eat off the floor clean. I don't recommend you do that, but you get the idea. All-American is the best of the best. We are the cream of the crop.
Adam says, Grandma, you're the boss, and I can outdo any of the young people there. I'm slow, I'm old, but I do a good job.
Grandma wants you in the All-American Text Club. Text American to 46862 now to experience free gas, deals on goodies, and even free weeks of drinks.
Text 46862 and the word American, you're in.
Come check out the All-American Stores difference for yourselves in Fort Wayne, Hoagland, Monroeville, and Leato. All-American Stores, your hometown team.
Okay, ladies and gents, thanks again for joining me, Steve Roberts, on VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com. As Leo on the road at Belmont wrapped it up 42-27. Just waiting for some stats here from Statman Kaler. Got him. Cover a couple of brief highlights. And we will wrap this thing up with the All-American Stores Player of the Game here on the All-American Stores post-game show. Once again, All-American Stores, currently six locations, 3 in Fort Wayne. There's 1 in Hoagland, 1 in Monroeville, and 1 in Leato. your hometown team. Join the All-American Stores Text Club. Text the word America to 46862, and you can be an All-American as well. Get yourself free gas, free deals on goodies, or free deals on goodies, even some free drinks. All-American Stores, your hometown team. So, again, a 14-14 halftime score. Leo blanked them in the third quarter, 21-0. Put 7 more on in the fourth quarter, and 13 by Bellmont there. Let's take a look at some actual stats. Total offense, 453 yards for Leo on 54 plays. Bellmont had 55 plays, got himself 334. Passing, Bellmont 250. Leo 147. 2 picks for Restivo, but he threw 3 touchdowns. That's pretty solid. 4 touchdown passes for for Jonathan Wilder, who we saw just kind of shredding the Leo DBs at times with the big guys out there. The couple of 6'4" seniors, Noah Macklin and Aaron Lehrman, on either side of the field. So they had some options to contend with, did the Leo Lions. Rushing the ball, there was nothing really close about it. Leo rushed for 306 yards on 39 carries. Again, maintaining that almost 8-yard average as they did in the first half. Leo had 126 at the half, put on another 180 for 306 total. And it wasn't the night that you wanted to have if you're the Bellmont Braves. Just 84 yards on the ground for the Braves. However, 250 receiving. Penalties were pretty crucial for Leo. 6 penalties for 65 yards. 3 of those penalties called back touchdowns that Peyton Wall himself scored. Leo turned the ball over 3 times. Bellmont just 2. Fumbles. There was 2 fumbles, and only one of those were lost by the Lions. And the Braves fumbled 4 times and only gave up 1 of them. Again, Restivo, 2 picks. Wilder had just 1. And let's move it on down to first downs. 24-17 in favor of the Lions. 16 of those 24 were on the ground. So that's a really good job of establishing the run game early and letting it work to set up the pass. Restivo, 11 out of 15, good percentage. 147 yards, 3 touchdowns, but did have those 2 picks. Jonathan Wilder, you can't ask for a whole lot of a better game. Obviously, maybe some more completions. 14 of 24. Thanks a lot. Take care. See ya. Sorry. Wilder, 14 of 24 for 250 and 4 touchdowns. Let's look over the rushing game. Alex Wertman, 17 carries for 129. Peyton Wall, 10 for 98. Restivo had himself 77 yards. So that 3-headed monster right there. And it was a nice thing to see Coach Souter and the Lions play calling team work the ball up the middle with Restivo in regard to the play action keeper, and they were running a lot of option plays where those run pass option. Restivo just did a great job. Going to fast forward down here. Peyton Wall had 5 grabs for 98 yards and a touchdown, and Arlen Kuhlman 10 huge tackles. Gavin James 7 tackles. Peyton Wall 6 tackles. GT Baker with 4, but I think it's going to be a pretty easy call if you're anyone who has watched this game. Hands down, the player of the game is going to be, even though Alex Wertman had 129 yards rushing, Peyton Wall did it all sides of the ball, folks. 10 carries for 98 yards with a touchdown, so he was 2 off the century mark there. He had 5 grabs for 98 yards, so he had 196 total yards of offense and 2 touchdowns, not to mention, he had 6 tackles as well. So congratulations to Coach Souter getting off the schneid after a 2-game losing streak, getting the win there. And congratulations to Peyton Wall, the All-American Stores Player of the Game. I am Steve Roberts, and I will be back next week once again to cover the action here on the VoiceSportsNetwork.com, AllenCountyVoice.com, YouTube, all that stuff, where the Lions are going to be at home taking on conference foe Huntington North, and the Vikings will be in town then. So we'll see you then, and thank you once again for joining me on the VoiceSportsNetwork.com and AllenCountyVoice.com, where we're here in Decatur and saw Leo 42, Bellmont 27. I'm Steve Roberts. Thanks for joining me. See you next week.